Brought to you by Sunbeam, the best electric appliances made. The deluxe Sunbeam Mixmaster food mixer and Sunbeam Time. New slimline beauty and new dimensions in time for every room in your home. Now, let's all play What's My Line?
And now let's meet our award-winning panel of What's My Line. First, the popular columnist whose voice of Broadway appears in papers from coast to coast, Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure to present as our guest panelist a gentleman who has been responsible for some of the greatest successes in all television shows, and also is the producer of the Broadway drama Rosalind, Mr. David Susskind.
And now the lovely star of the Broadway comedy hit, Once More with Feeling, Miss Arlene Francis.
And now the publisher of Random House, lecturer extraordinaire, Mr. Bennett, Cerf.
Well, because of the imminence of St. Patrick's Day, I'd like to introduce our panel moderator and one of America's great lepidopterists by his Gaelic name, Mr. Sean O'Toole O'Dorley, otherwise known as John Daly.
Is there anybody who speaks Gaelic in the house?
Correct that.
Needs correction, I'm sure. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to What's My Line. We have some very interesting occupations, and as usual, happily, some very nice people who brought them to the theater. With these occupations and these good folks, we trust we will give the panel a rough time this evening. We will also have a famous mystery guest before the panel a little bit later in the show, and we'll have our first contestant in just one. Just in case you're rusty with your Gaelic, that O'Toole is supposed to translate into Charles. Caroon. Well, thank you. And I don't think that's right either. But let's see what we can do with our first contestant. Will you come in and sign in, please? Raymond Spa. Is that right, sir? Yes, sir. All right. Miss Spa, where are you from?
Cranberry, New Jersey.
Cranberry, New Jersey. Well, let's not bog down. That's just meant to keep Bennett quiet for the rest of the evening. Well, I must say, Mr. Spa, that coming from Grand Prairie, you may know some of these folks because it's not too far away, but would you like to meet the panel entire?
How do you do?
How do you do? Mr. Spa, would you join me over here, sir, please? Do you know how we keep score, Mr. Spa?
Yes, sir.
If you do, we'll let the folks in the audience here in the theater and those who are looking in at home know exactly what your line is. All right, panel. We will tell you that Mr. Spa is salaried and begin the general questioning with Mr. O'Toole. Mr. Cerf.
Mr. Spahn, just to get out of the way, you're no relation, I take it, of Warren Spahn.
No, this is Spa, Bennett.
Spa, is it?
Yes, not Spahn, Spa.
No relation. No relation.
No relation.
He's a good pitcher, anyhow.
Now, let's stop sparring now and you get to the questioning.
Mr. Spa, do you work for a profit-making organization?
Yes.
Do you do your work in New Jersey?
Yes.
Is it work that keeps you indoors more than outdoors?
Yes.
Would it be of a type that you might characterize as manufacturing?
No.
Well, now, with our guest's permission, because I think we can lead them very far astray, I will say that while it is not a type that we would immediately say was directly connected with the actual fact of manufacture, it still is associated with manufacturing. Yes. Is that fair enough, sir?
Thank you, Mr. O'Dorley. Mr. Spa, this is then a product that you are involved with that is made?
Yes.
Is it made in great volume?
Yes.
Is it sold to the general public?
Yes.
Can it be obtained in the ordinary type of department store?
Yes.
Would it be found in a special department of that department store?
Yes.
Would it be possibly in the utensil department?
No.
No, I don't think we can call it a utensil. 1 down and 9 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Mr. Spar, would I be likely to purchase this product?
Yes.
Yes, I would say this, Dorothy. It's very difficult for the ordinary human being to know exactly when you would have a need for something particularly, but it is not unreasonable to assume that under certain circumstances you would buy this product.
Is this useful rather than ornamental?
Yes.
Would it be found in the home?
Yes.
Would it be found in more than one room of the home under ordinary circumstances?
Yes.
It isn't something that would be limited to the kitchen or dining room or bathroom or anything like that?
No.
Could I carry it in my hand?
Yes.
If I had it in my hand, would I do something else besides just carry it around? Is it non-explosive?
Yes, it's not explosive.
Is it solid rather than liquid? I don't see what could be so funny about it. Is it made of some component parts rather than just being one hunk of something?
No.
2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Susskind.
Mr. Spar, this product continues. It isn't consumed with usage, is it?
No.
Well, now, wait a minute. I think here that we have to ask you, Dave, to clarify to some degree. Almost anything that is made of matter will ultimately
It doesn't
be used
expire or disappear upon usage.
Immediately upon usage, no.
It's a fairly inexpensive product, is it?
No.
Fairly inexpensive or
Yes.
expensive?
Inexpensive.
Oh, I beg
Yes.
your pardon.
Inexpensive.
Inexpensive.
Boy, the more you know, the less you know. Is it decorative, this product?
I dare you. No. 3 down and 7 to go, Miss Francis.
Would families in the country have this product as well as families in the city?
Yes.
Does it ever touch when it is in use? Is it on someone or something rather than all by itself?
Yes.
Would it ever be on anything other than a human being?
No.
That makes it 4 down and 6 to go,
Yes,
sir.
Mr. Spar. This,
Mr. Spar.
Mr. Spar.
O'Toole, yes.
Thank you, O'Doley. Mr. Spar, this product with which you're concerned, would you say that it improved either the looks or the health of a person who used it?
Yes.
Definitely. Would it be used by a person on any particular part of said person's body?
Yes.
Would it be used above the waist?
You know more about this than I do.
I don't see why this calls for any conference.
I think, Bennett, to avoid being misleading here, we'll give you a no. That's 5 down and 5 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Not used above the waist.
Not used above?
Not used above the waist, unless they're high-waisted, of course.
I've got the funniest notes on this. It's a hunk of something, and it's useful, not decorative, but it would be found on a human being, and it would improve looks. Well, if it isn't decorative, it certainly wouldn't improve your looks, would it? Or would it? Oh, if this were worn by a human being, Could it ever be worn and not be apparent to the naked eye of another observer?
Could it ever be worn and not be apparent to the naked eye of... Yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Would it usually be not seen by... And it's below the waist.
Interesting territory.
Is it below the... Is it ever worn below or worn or found below the knee?
No.
Sit down and pour to go, Mr.
That's a long one.
Mr. Susskind.
So many indelicate things suggested by this. Is it worn equally by men and women?
Yes.
Is it small enough to be held in the hand?
Yes.
But that isn't particularly convenient, I take it. Does the wearer feel better for the use of your product?
Yes.
Is it some kind of protective device that keeps one from harm or injury of some sort?
I tell you what, I'm a coward. I'm going to flip the...
Can I take a stab at that?
Take a stab, Bennett.
Is it in the zipper family?
No, it's not in the zipper family.
Money belt.
I want you to meet Dr. Ray Spar, who is the scientist in charge of research in diapers at the Chicopee Mill. Now, I rush to tell you that Dr. Spa invented the pinless diaper and actually is now trying to perfect it or bring it to absolute perfection. And Chicopee is, I think, part of Johnson & Johnson, isn't it?
That is
so,
correct.
I mean, it's a really serious
How can you
house.
have a pinless diaper?
It just hangs
Would you
there.
demonstrate
You just
on
make
Mr.
bows.
Would you demonstrate on Mr. O'Dawley?
Yes, Dorothy?
John, I'm not arguing, but the way I fold them, they come above the waist.
Well, actually, Dr. Spar had some doubt about that, but I figured we'd get lost if I gave you anything but a no answer on that one. Well, Dr. Spar, I must say I'm getting sort of beyond the time where you can benefit me a great deal, but I can see untold generations of Americans who will be eternally in your debt if you can bring to absolute perfection the pinless diaper.
Thank you,
Because
John.
I'm sure that Mr. Susskind and Bennett and I, see, the girls don't really do this. They've done that 10, 2, and 6 bit many, many times. The wives usually sleep. We take care of it.
I've been through it, John.
Ah, there. I don't have to tell you anymore. Thank you, Doctor. It was wonderful having you with us. Well, that was a tough one, panel. And I think in time you'd have gotten it. I was the weak one there. But let's see what you can do with the second panelist. Will you come in and sign in, please? Bert? Riley? Waters, right? Where are you from, Mr. Waters?
Indianapolis, Indiana, and Akron, Ohio.
Indianapolis and Akron. And Mr. Waters, panel. Panel, Mr. Waters, will you join me over here, please? Do you know how we keep score?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Then once again, we'll let the audience in the theater and those who are looking in at home know exactly what your line is. All right. Panel, we'll tell you that Mr. Waters is self-employed, and let's begin the general questioning with Dorothy Kilgallen.
And Mr. Waters, do you deal in services?
Yes, I do.
Could anyone on this panel avail himself or herself of your services?
Yes.
Are there various people throughout the United States who are doing what you do?
Yes, sir.
Is it a useful service rather than a purely luxury service?
This is difficult, Dorothy. I think we would have to agree that the service itself is useful. In a connotation, it could be considered a luxury, but as a basic service, we would have to consider it useful.
It is useful. Is it useful to women?
Yes.
Does it make them any better looking or more attractive in any way?
No.
1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Susskind.
Mr. Waters, do people come to your place of business for this service?
Sometimes.
It is a service, then, that can be conducted in a particular place and brought to the patient, to the victim.
That's right.
Do you touch people in administering your service?
No.
2 down and 8 to go, Miss Francis.
Is there anything entertaining or sportsmanlike in the work that you do?
No, there isn't.
3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mr. Waters, could you possibly have anything to do with transportation of any sort?
Yes, I do.
Would it be in the field of aviation?
No, it isn't.
4 down and 6 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Could you transport me from someplace to someplace?
Could he ever?
Most definitely.
Most definitely? Well, it wouldn't be in the air.
No.
Would it be on sea?
No.
5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Susskind.
It's on the ground, then, Mr.
Yes, it
Waters.
is.
Oh, that's a big word. Do you need a particular training for your service?
No.
6 down and 4 to go, Miss Francis.
Is your form of transportation, does it have wheels?
Yes, it does.
Would it be termed in any way a car?
Yes, it would.
Do you manipulate this car yourself?
Sometimes.
Is it a service that you have that takes care of a fleet of cars?
Partly.
I better put a reservation on that as far as the fleet goes. Yeah, I'd put a reservation on the fleet if I were you. We put a reservation, but actually you're in the general area, correct, in part.
Would I be correct in ruling out taxi cabs?
Yes, you would be.
Would I be correct in ruling out buses?
Yes.
Well, say, how do we get around? Would you have anything to do with a rental service of cars?
No.
7 down and 3 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Golly, this is driving. There's nothing to do with buses, nothing to do with taxi cabs, nothing to do with self-service and rental of cars.
That's right.
Maybe he's got a service station.
Yeah. Do you yourself sometimes take the wheel of a car?
Yes, sir.
Are you then a special, would you call yourself a chauffeur?
No.
8 down and 2 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Does Sebring mean anything to you?
It means something, but it has nothing to do with it.
We'll give you a no on that just because you asked that one question. 9 down and 1 to go.
Spartan sports car driver.
Mr.
That would mean
Susskind?
something to him, wouldn't it?
No, nothing to do with it, Doctor.
Is there a rent? I guess that's been asked, the rental service. Thing.
Actually, I'm going to throw it over because you've missed the one thing in the world. He sells automobiles.
Oh, for heaven's sake. That's too square.
That's too square. But this isn't square because Mr. Waters sells Rolls-Royce automobiles. See, that's...
I agree with you 100%. Thank you.
They have the...
What told us was this Indianapolis and Akron, which sort of
Well, the
indicated...
business is Indianapolis. I'm actually from Akron.
But he has a dealership
And the
in
Rolls-Royce
Indianapolis.
is from England. It's all terribly confusing.
They move... Actually, you're the youngest Rolls-Royce dealer in the business, I believe.
That's right.
Are you selling a lot of Rolls Royces today?
Yes,
Amazing number, really.
they are.
Happy days. Thanks very much
Thank
for being
you,
our
Mr.
guest.
Bailey.
Hope you had fun. It was nice to have you with us. And now we'll meet tonight's mystery guest in just a moment, but first, here is a message from our sponsor. We come to the special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery celebrity, for which I ask my friends to blindfold themselves. Blindfolds all in place, panel?
Yes, sir.
Good. Will you come in, mystery challenger, and sign in, please? All right, panel, as you know, in the case of our mystery challenger, we go to a different form of questioning. You ask one question at a time, in turn, moving clockwise, and we'll begin it all with Arlene Francis.
Well, from that marvelous applause, you certainly must be in the Rolls-Royce of the entertainment world, are you?
Mm-hmm. Mr. Cerf.
Are you in a motion picture that is about to open on or near Broadway in New York? Don't hear a thing.
He's making the picture.
One down and 9 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
It's no.
That's right. No, Bennett.
Do you own a dinner jacket that's lined with red?
Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
Everybody does.
Are you
Don't
present?
go on it. Don't go on it. It's just a wing.
All right.
There's been a conference that I
I'm
feel
sorry,
wasn't called for, Mr.
But we've
Susskind.
been so unsuccessful.
Are you tall in the saddle or something? I mean, is the Western a form that you're familiar with? That's not the Rolls Royce. That's the Ford.
2 down and 8 to go, Miss Francis.
Are you appearing at one of the leading New York clubs at the present time?
Yes.
Do you ever have your points of difference with a gentleman named Frank Sinatra?
I take the fifth.
Sammy Davis Jr.
Sammy Davis Jr. is right.
Oh, that was too bad.
I must say, Bennett, to clear up one thing on the issue of the moving picture, Porgy and Bess is coming, but not until
Not for a long
July, and
time.
we thought that the way you asked it, we could say no to it.
That's fair.
Actually, Anna Lucasta is here now, but that is already open so that you lose on that count, too.
And he's presently at the Copa, aren't you?
Copacabana, and it has a dinner jacket that's lined in red.
And I'm sorry about it.
That has one here, too. Well, much good luck. In fact, we know you don't need it, really, because you have won so many fans as an entertainer. But let's say, hope you enjoy your stay at the Copacabana.
Well, it's not only the stay, John, but it's also the other things that make it so exciting. You know, next week we do Steve Allen, and it's a new show, and to work on that kind of thing again professionally is a big kick. And the movies and everything, but most important to be back in New York. I've been away for 2 years.
Ah, well, it's nice to have you back with us. And
Thank you very
hope
much.
you thoroughly
John.
enjoy your stay.
Could we,
Well, you recovered all your ground panels, so we'll have another contestant very briefly after this word from our alternate sponsor. Try one very quickly. Will you come in and sign in, please? Our next guest, right there, please. Bob? Bob Brookhouse, is that right? Bob, will you come on in? Where are you from, Robert?
Erie, Pennsylvania.
From where?
Erie, Pennsylvania.
From Erie, Pennsylvania, you come with me. Do you know how we keep score?
Yes, sir.
All right, with no ado, very quickly, we'll tell everybody in the audience and at home and here what it is your line really is. All right. Panel, you have very little time, but we'll give you one really big clue. Besides telling you that Bob is self-employed, it doesn't look that he would do what he really does. All right, we'll begin with Mr. Susskind.
You deal in services, Mr.
Yes,
Brookhouse?
I do.
You work for a profit-making organization?
He's self-employed,
We like
yes.
to.
What you do has to do with men and women?
Yes.
Do you make them feel better in the doing of what you do?
We like to think so.
Is it helpful?
Healthful?
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 Healthful, yes.
Now, that'll give you 1 down and 9 to go, Miss Fenton.
Do the people come to you for your services, Mr. Brookhouser?
Well, they might come to him to engage, but we'll be clarifying and saying he has to go to them to perform. So we'll make it 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Cerf.
Mr. Brookhauser, in the work that you do you employ any natural resource?
Like money?
We use material.
Yes.
yeah.
Mhm.
You use some material.
Yes.
Would it be a solid that you use?
Basically, yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry we don't have more time, and it's basically my fault. Mr. Brookhouse mounts television antennae on rooftops. We didn't think he looked like it. You get all of the things as we ran out of time, Bob. And they say good night, Miss Dorothy Kilgallen.
Good night, Mr. John Daly. Good night, Mr. David Susskind.
Good night, Miss Arlene Francis.
Good night, David. Nice to have had you here. Good night, Bennett.
Thank you, Don. Good night, Sean Caroon O'Dorley.
You haven't made it yet.
Why, that is
Nice to have you with us, Dave. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being with us on What's My Line?
Transportation for contestants on What's My Line is arranged by United Airlines. What's My Line is a CBS television network production in association with Mark Goodson and Bill Codman. This is Hal Sin speaking.